Hello, hello. We're back again at EdgeMate. EdgeMate is where business leaders, entrepreneurs, and salespeople, we find out what their edge in the marketplace is and how they differentiate themselves. I am your host, Chad Cook, partner at Bridgepointe Technologies, and I will take you to the edge. Technology solutions bring you closer to your customers, to your data, and to your employees. But again, enough about me. It's not about me. It's about our guest, and we have a good one today. We have Carl Dunning, and his company is Next Call Circle. And the premise, and we'll get into more details later, but basically the general premise is a life and career coach and helping people get into sales. I could talk about sales for hours, but this show only goes to probably around 20 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I'm very passionate about sales, and obviously you want to do it the right way. I mean, if you do it the right way, it's a win-win for everybody, and you're helping people out, and that's a very benevolent thing to do. Tell me a little bit about where you're from, about yourself, and we'll get into it. We got some cool segments coming up.
Yeah, you got it. Thanks for having me, Chad. So basically, I'm from the Bay Area, in tech sales for the past 16, 17 years, and it's been really awesome.
Shout out to Cogent.
I'm the sales manager at Cogent Communications here in San Francisco. They're really great as well. And then I also teach people how to have a really good mindset and to get into sales so that they can be successful, make good money for their family, and just do really well in life without worrying about, possibly having this high-end doctor degree, lawyer degree, or being an engineer. There is another way for people to be successful, and it's to get into sales, and it's not really hard to learn. It's something you can just practice on your own, and then once you get into a company or to anywhere where you can sell their product, you can make a really good living.
Not going to get replaced by AI either anytime soon.
No. There's still the human-to-human experience, right?
100%.
Like people buy from people.
That they like.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, okay, so I definitely want to learn more about this. So we have a segment called SWOT. SWOT. If SWOT analysis in your MBA schools or whatever. The S stands for strength. So what do you think the strengths of a Next Call Circle is as compared to other life coach experiences out there?
Right. So the strength of the Next Call Circle is basically to get people to have the right mindset to get into sales, but then also we help you with how you can get into a tech company and how to succeed inside of a tech company. For example, we can help you with your LinkedIn, we can help you with getting your resume setting up, look nice and sharp, and then we also help you getting some sales skills. And then once you're in, we can teach you the ins and outs of corporate, all the politics and how to behave and how to do everything correctly, work hard, play along, and do really well for a long-term, successful, high-income career without, stumbling over all the hard things that you might learn the hard way. I'll teach you everything so that you don't have to learn the hard way like I did.
That's the best way not the best way to learn, but that's how most people learn the hard way. But you got some shortcuts. Come on, give me some.
Right, yeah, so some of the shortcuts are just basically, doing more than you get paid for, like coming in early, staying late, getting along with others, don't bump heads, right? Make sure that your boss and your boss's boss is looking good and everything's getting done for them, and then they'll make sure everything's getting done for you. And just really work hard, and
that's the circle.
Right, that's the circle. You want, I don't want to get too deep into it because people might think it's a cult or something. But there's people inside each organization that really control or run the organization. I don't want to go down like a big rabbit hole, but there's about, let's just say, 5 to 10 people at a company, and if you're in their circle, in other words, doing what they need to get done and taking care of them, they'll take care of you, and then for the long run, things will go really well.
Awesome. So let's conversely, what about some weaknesses to your business thus far? Like when did you start, like, and then how, yeah, what would be some
Sure.
weaknesses in the marketplace?
I think the only weakness is that I didn't start sooner, but I think now that let's just say COVID is over and everybody's kind of getting back to work, and maybe they're working from home or they're getting back to the office. Either way, it's time to get grinding. It's time to get working hard. Like the free money given out is all over, right? So now is the time to really kick it into gear. If you're not in a tech company, get into one. If you're not in sales, get into sales and start working, start making money, and start building your career up for yourself and your family, basically.
Yeah, I just saw something about PPP loans and how like 300 billion was just people not selling, basically bilking the government for 300 billion, buying Ferraris and stuff.
Yeah, it's great. I wish I was in on that, but no.
Yeah, that's bad sales.
Yeah. I had to do it the hard way, but it's really possible. Like, it doesn't really matter if you have a college degree or anything like that. A lot of people feel like, well, maybe I can't get into tech, those are like too smart people, or maybe I can't get into sales because those are like certain special people. No, it's not. You just got to find the right mentors.
Yeah, it's not what you know, it's you know.
Exactly, or who knows you and what do they know about you. So obviously you want to behave correctly for the most part. You can still have a little fun in life, but what I try to teach is, if you have a clean look and a clean background, everything will go well. It doesn't really matter how educated you are or this or that. Make sure that your LinkedIn looks clean, your resume looks clean, your social media looks clean. Everything is, not looking like you're a mess. And boom, you can get in. And then once you're in, you work hard, help others, have a good attitude, and just start making the calls, sending the emails, and start making money. It's as easy as that.
Yeah. So what are the potential opportunities that you see to gain more, their subscribers and more clients and whatnot?
I think the opportunities are, people that are, just graduating high school, or maybe they're, in their early to mid 20s, and maybe they're working, whatever odd job or whatever, construction or this or that, and they kind of don't want that. They do want to be in tech, 8 to 5, making, 6 figures plus. They can reach out to me or any other mentor, and we can kind of just show them how they can slide right in to that career profession and be successful.
I'm thinking about that scene in The Office with the guy with the red stapler.
Yeah.
He should have gotten sales.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They boxed him into a cube. That was not good.
Yeah, sales is awesome because it's almost like job security, right? Like, if you're selling for the company and you're doing well, you don't even have to be the number one guy. But if you're like in the middle, not at the bottom, of the tiers, you're there, you're good, you're making the company money, they're never gonna let you go. You don't have to worry about getting fired or laid off or anything like that. And at the same time, you're making either an hourly wage or a base wage plus commission. And then if you do really well and you're at a really good tech company that wants to really keep you, they'll even give you RSUs, stock options. That could be even something that could help you, buy a car or a house or whatever. It's really awesome to get into sales, and it's a pretty lucrative career.
Well, yeah, with sales, you kind of, at the heart of your work, you kind of create your own bonuses. Instead of like working 8 to 5 and waiting for that bonus every year, you create your own bonuses by the sales that you make. So
Correct. And then the more you make, the more sales you make, the more bonuses you make, and then you also would get more of an annual raise or whatnot because the company sees the value that you bring.
Yeah.
And it's still, you're just there 8 to 5, weekends off. It's not like it's really any different than any other profession. A used car salesman or this or that. No, you're helping people, you're giving them a product, and you're conversating. I mean, the time goes by fast. It's a really awesome. I love it. I don't know. I know it's not for everybody, but it can be for a lot more people.
So what do you think the threats are then? Impacting, bringing on new clientele, and scaring people away, just like they're scared to like.
Yeah, I think sometimes they're scared of. I think people are just scared of sales in general, or they're scared to change their personality, right? Like some people feel that they're mentally just a certain way and they can't be changed. I mean, I don't want to go down like my deep dark past or whatnot, but basically, I never went to college, or I didn't really come up like on the right side of the tracks, and I just didn't want to be that way anymore. So I was able to change. Anybody can change. You just decide, and then you just look into, whatever mentors or books or podcasts, whatever. You just can unlearn what you've learned.
You'd be surprised how many colleagues of mine at Bridgepointe like never went to college or didn't finish
Right.
high school, and they're doing very well.
Very well. 6 figures, 7 figures. I mean, it's not about who you were. It's about who you are now and who you're going to be moving forward. And it's nothing crazy. You don't need to like really.
See, I feel like I'm the idiot. I actually got my MBA.
Right. You're like
that was like a waste of time.
Yeah. You could buy yourself a nice car or something.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, even if you do have your college degree, bachelor's, MBA, whatever, you still can get into sales and make good money.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think the whole point is it doesn't matter. Like if you got accreditations or no accreditations, if you have the will and you do need a little bit of personality because you have to get out there. You got to smile and dial and whatnot sometimes. But yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way.
It's all about your mindset. Like I think some people, they have to hit rock bottom to finally learn their lesson, which is what happened to me, right? Like I was going through a divorce, I was, addicted to Vicodins and just all these things. Just life was really, really going bad for me. And there was just a point where I had to be like, all right, something's got it, like this is crazy, there's got to be another way. And then so I just kind of hopped on YouTube and I found like, the old school guys, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, then you run into like Tony Robbins and all these things. And I'm not saying you need to get religious and go down this personal development road 24/7, but some of these things you learn are like, whoa, I can't believe this really works, like writing down your goals and, doing more for others, and then the universe will bless you for doing those things. And then once you're at your career and you're around your friends, you're around your family, and you just start practicing and doing all this personal development homework, just things really start compounding quickly. You'd be surprised.
Yep. Okay, you know what? That was wonderful. We're going to get on to the next segment, which I call the icebreaker stage. Or the icebreaker segment, but I guess it is a stage.
Yeah, that's good because I can go on and on and on.
So we have two kinds of cards. We have a card that is focused on the inner child, and then we have a card that's focused on the adult, the more mature person in the room. What do you want to start off with?
I'm getting nervous. We can start off with the inner child. Let's go with that one.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this question. What should I do when you get angry? Well, I've met you. I know of you because we work together at the capacity, but I don't think
when I get angry or when you get angry?
I'm saying like about the commissions issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, what do you normally do when you get angry? How do you channel that?
Yeah, that's a good question actually. I think I do freak out a little bit for just a microsecond, and then what I've learned though is when I do get angry, it's usually something that has triggered me because I am probably off of the path I should be on, right? So I automatically try to think like, okay, what is this trying to teach me? Like, is this the universe telling me maybe I need to go in a different direction? Or is it trying to tell me that maybe I've been kind of slacking off and now it's telling me, okay, I'm going to do this to you because you've kind of just fell off what you're supposed to be really doing for your purpose and your goals and everything like that. And usually that is the case. I usually realize, you know what, this is on me. I take a deep breath, figure out how to get back on track, and understand that it's just, let's just say God or the universe teaching me a lesson to keep me on schedule, right? Maybe I need to get back into the gym more consistently. Maybe I need to be helping others more. Maybe I need to be reading or learning something. But just getting back onto a good level is kind of how I take it. I try not to stay upset for too long. I try to just figure out, okay, what is this trying to teach me? And usually I figure it out. It takes me a little while, but I figure it out, and then boom, things start going smoothly again.
Nice. All right, now for the more mature card. How do you get in the way of your own success?
So I think that's a very good question. I think there is.
I thought about it myself.
Yeah, I think there really is something like, you know how they talk about where if you don't think about or do the positive things, then bad things will grow, kind of like weeds in your head, right? I think that you do have your personality, right? And you do have your lifestyle that you live. And sometimes what you need to do is just not let that be on autopilot and just steer you down whatever road it's trying to take you down. You kind of have to have intent more often than not to stay on track, going after like your goals and what you want to be known for and your legacy and your purpose, right? So that would kind of be the answer to that question.
It almost made me sneeze.
Yeah. Hang in there.
So it's such a good answer that it almost made me sneeze.
Yeah. These are, so far you're not tricking me. I've seen some of your other ones. I'm like, oh my gosh, if he asked me that, I'd be screwed.
All right, now we're on to the last segment, the tarot segment. All right. All right.
Here we go.
My personal favorite, actually. So we pulled a card earlier, and your question, or what you wanted clarity on, is if you wanted to keep, the general future of Next Call Circle. If you want to keep it going.
Yeah. Do I keep it going? Do I just stay in tech, going towards my career goals, or can I do both and be in tech and help others get into tech and be successful?
Well, the Nine of Rods is a pretty good card. And so nines mean you deserve it. That's what a 9 typically means when you pull up a tarot deck. And then rods or wands basically means you're constructing something. Like a wand would be like Harry Potter creating something, or a rod building like a house. So you're constructing something. So when you put these two together, what this card typically means is that you're very resilient. You have determination. You've done a lot of work. You put a lot of work into this business, and you want to see the fruits of your labor. And so what I'm thinking is you got to keep it going.
All right.
You got to keep it going.
That was definitely the answer I was looking for.
The universe has spoken.
That's
keep it
awesome.
going, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you so much, Chad. This is perfect. This is the news I needed.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining the EdgeMate podcast. And throughout this podcast, you've got links to get to Next Call Circle. If you're interested in getting in sales, please talk to Carl. And then till next time, peace out.
All right, you guys.